Tired of those loud and smelly cars? Then this video is just for you. Today, I've compiled the top 10 best electric cars of the year, and at the end, you'll learn about arguably the best car of them all. Enjoy watching? I'm sitting here thinking, is the future really with electric cars? They all seem to be very expensive, and maintenance is quite a hassle. Most models are excessively powerful, which isn't really needed in the city. That's why this car is in my top 10. Great Wall, a Chinese company well known in the car market, recently released an interesting model, the Aura Black Cat. What makes it special? Essentially, it's a typical compact car, but fully electric, and that's its real charm. This little one has only front-wheel drive and compact dimensions, comparable to the Suzuki Swift, making it perfect for city driving. You can park it anywhere. The most interesting part is that its range between 200 to 300 miles is perfect for city use. You don't need more than that in the city, nor do you need high speed. Of course, driving fast cars is fun, but it's not safe. With this car, you won't get many fines either. The best part? It's quite affordable, unless you want the fully loaded version. Prices range from $15,000 to $100,000. I'm sure this car is perfect for those who value comfort and convenience in the city. If you're a fan of cooler and flashier cars, take a look at the classic electric car, the Tesla Model 3. It might not stand out in traffic like the other cars in my top 10, but it's worth talking about in detail. This car essentially started the electric car trend. With a range of over 250 miles, good dynamics, and a decent battery, this car is perfect for those living outside the city. Why? Because it's a typical family car. You can transport your essentials, and it drives quite briskly on the highway. Its top speed of over 220 miles per hour ensures a comfortable ride to your destination. It also charges quickly. Overall, a really solid car. Personally, I like its minimalist interior and the pre-installed games, which the kids will definitely appreciate. You might argue that all these electric cars are useless off-road. But that's not the case, my friends. Full-fledged off-road vehicles have been around for a long time. Take the famous Ford F-150, for example, now with the Lightning designation. This is a full-fledged pickup designed for off-road use. You can take it into the woods or use it for hauling wood. Its huge battery, with a range of over 300 miles, is impressive, and it's very powerful. The main highlight is its off-road capability, matching the entire Ford F-150 lineup. Plus, you can easily tow large trailers with it. It's the perfect vehicle for nature trips, like hauling your own yacht. And you might have one considering this truck isn't cheap. Personally, I think its high price is the main drawback. However, it's quite affordable compared to the same model with an internal combustion engine. This beauty, fully loaded, costs around $80,000, while the gasoline version could cost you $100,000 to $150,000. That's the difference. Though it might be hard to find such a truck in some countries, I don't think that's a major issue these days. What's next on my list? Time to move to the big German trio, starting with the VW Group. Why them? Because they set the standard in automotive engineering today. Just look around and you'll see that half of the cars on the road are from the VW Group. Who's considered one of the highest quality within this large company? Audi, of course. Yes, they've also switched to electric vehicles with their e-tron lineup. This line includes several models, but their common strength is the build quality. Seriously, name one company that makes cars as well as Audi. There aren't any. Every Audi e-tron model is top-notch, offering great dynamics, a large battery, and a decent top speed. Take the Q8, for example. This premium model has everything a real businessman needs, plus the quiet and calm that electric engines provide. However, these cars are quite pricey, around $100,000. But I think it's better to pay more for a German brand and get the highest quality than to drive a Tesla, which is known for its not-so-great build quality.
But what if Audi's comfort isn't enough for you? Should you switch to other German car manufacturers, or perhaps look at other brands? I'd go with the latter option. Recently, the electric car market has been flooded with new models from China. Take the latest Zeekr 009, for example. It's a masterpiece, and I'm not exaggerating. If I had the chance to drive this car, I'd be over the moon. Why? Because it's a real business minivan. It's designed for maximum comfort right from the factory, with a high-quality interior, only 2 seats like in business class on an airplane, and incredibly impressive specifications. Imagine, this car can easily cover over 300 miles on a single charge, and you don't have to worry about being stuck behind someone. The power of this minivan is so great that it can easily overtake 2/3 of the traffic. All this with such elegant comfort that it's mind-blowing. I'm really fond of this car. Now, you can't be sure that German car manufacturing is the best. The Chinese are breaking sales records, especially Zeekr. But let's get back to this brand later. Why later? Because we're now entering the top of the Chinese market, the Li L9. This car is breaking all sales records in China, and it's quite possible that it will take over the entire car market. However, this car isn't fully electric. In my opinion, that's actually an advantage. But why did I include it in the top list? Because it has a hybrid system. What does that mean? It means it has all the advantages of both types of cars. You can refuel the Li L9 anywhere or just charge it at home, saving a lot of money. Most importantly, it won't turn into a brick on the highway because it has a simple internal combustion engine, ICE, that will get you out of any situation. So, its range is essentially endless. Plus, it still has excellent dynamics. But that's not the best part. The coolest thing about the L9 is its stunning interior. It's like a Maybach in crossover form. Quiet, dynamic, and very comfortable. The ICE starts up very rarely, and when it does, it's so quiet that you won't even notice. So, you don't have to worry about it affecting your comfort. Personally, I really like the hybrid setup in this car. Who knows? Maybe this combination is the future. But let's get back to real electric cars. Here, I want to tell you about another very small, yet very cool car. I've already mentioned this brand to you. It's the Zeekr X. Agree, it looks pretty good. Though many of my friends find it silly, and it's not much talked about among car enthusiasts. But they should. This little car is a real firecracker. Its dynamics are incredibly impressive, comparable to some sports cars. Of course, this isn't very useful in the city, but on the highway, speed is definitely an advantage. And don't be afraid to take it out there because the X has a range of over 300 miles. This isn't the slow and tiny Great Wall from the start of my top list. And the best part, it has a very interesting interior. Everything in it is top-notch technology. Say your kid wants to watch cartoons while you're driving them to school. You can do that in almost any modern car. But only in the Zeekr X can you slide the monitor over to them. It's genius. This car has so many features that they deserve their own video. So, if you want to hear more, let me know in the comments. By the way, this little car is quite affordable. You can get one for around $50,000. Now, I'll move on to the best 3 from my list. In third place, we have the heavyweight of German luxury. You all know the famous Porsche brand. They also have electric cars. I'm talking about the Taycan. I must give credit to Porsche's designers. This car is something else. Personally, I've always liked this manufacturer because of their exterior design. But let's put personal preferences aside. This car is a true luxury sports car. Why do I consider it so? Because it has extremely good acceleration and a very high top speed. You can easily compete with the high-performance gasoline versions of German cars. And all this comes with a really high-quality interior. Porsche doesn't compromise. Excellent design combined with top materials. That's what I love about this brand. However, this car has a few significant issues. First, you'll definitely want to race it. Otherwise, why would you need such power? That means your battery will drain quickly, and its real-world range doesn't exceed 250 miles. Second, the price. A new Taycan will set you back $150,000. That's a lot. And I don't think you'll impress anyone in traffic with this car.
because the second place car is truly astonishing. Imagine driving down the road and an unbelievable car zooms past you. Its design is straight out of a sci-fi movie. You can barely keep up with it, and when it stops at a red light, you see the driver wave at you, right from the bumper. Don't be surprised, it's the HiPhi Z, straight from China. This is the boldest electric car I've ever seen. Want to impress your millionaire friends? Then you need this car. Forget about those rear bumper screens. At the very least, you'll amaze everyone with the doors that open just like a Rolls-Royce. And the interior, like stepping into a cyberpunk world. Screens everywhere, cameras, and an extremely futuristic design. This car is truly an alien machine. But what about its specs? Its dynamics are on par with sports cars, and it has a range 100 miles longer than the Porsche. The top speed isn't that interesting though, but I don't think you need to race this car. You should enjoy it, slowly cruising through the city and gathering admiring looks. However, such pleasure doesn't come cheap. This car costs about $130,000. But hey, you have to pay for these dropped jaws and all those stairs. It's time to move on to first place. This is, in my opinion, the best electric car. The Zeekr 001. Why? Let me explain. First, it has a very interesting design. It might not compare to the previous car, and the Porsche looks more appealing to me, but it still turns heads. Second, it's very comfortable. Quiet, spacious, with a huge panoramic roof. The doors even open by themselves. Third, the specs are impressive. Let's dive into that. The 01 has an incredibly long range. The manufacturer claims over 600 miles. In real-world use, it's around 700. That's amazing for an electric car. Plus, its dynamics are quite good. It can compete with sports cars, and it offers a lot of comfort. The interior is a masterpiece of minimalism. I've driven this car, and I was blown away. The doors opening on their own is just something else. Now let's get to the fourth most significant advantage. This car costs $60,000. Yes, you get top-notch features without paying a fortune. There are cheaper models, but they're inferior in every way. You won't find a more interesting electric car for this price. That's why, because of its price-performance ratio, I place this car at the top of my list. What do you think of my list? Share your thoughts in the comments. I'm amazed at the professionalism and cool-headed approach of the Chinese in creating their cars. You know where else we need pros? In our team. Friends, you have the opportunity to join our team. If you have video editing skills, can voice videos in Russian, English, or other languages, or write interesting scripts, we'd love to work with you. Contact us via our Telegram bot. The link is in the description. And thank you for your attention.